Good morning, beautiful people. What's going on? Today I plan to do three fragrance reviews for you. First house I'm gonna start with is called Aramis. I would like to start with a powerful note, and this is a powerhouse sort of a designer house. You guys know that, and they make a lot of classy fragrances. I have covered recent times. I started buying some of them because I felt like I haven't covered enough Aramis fragrances. I did cover Aramis for Men, Special Blend, Tobacco Reserve, and I recent times bought these two uh, which are called Devin and Tuscany Parumo. Look at those classic bottles. Look at those beautiful little juice and all that. So check out my review on these. And I already ordered Havana. And these are kind of like the different collection. This collection is, I think, called Gentleman's Collection or something like that. And they have quite a few in this line. I think 6 or 7. I plan to buy just 4, and I have already in them. I already have them in my possession, just waiting for the Havana to arrive. So we'll be talking about Aramis 900 today. Okay, I recently got this. I've been testing it. I was not quite sure if I was gonna buy it, but recent times I fell in love with Powerhouse even more in this early winter or late winter now. uh, I've been using some of these classy smells because as your nose develops over the years, you feel like you want to explore more. So let's see how this one is. These are all, I think, standard size of 100 ml, and I've seen them in a box of miniatures like 15 or 10 mls. I do not remember exact bottle size. So here we go. Aramis 900, standard packaging for all of them. They look like a little bit color is different. Let me show you the other two. If you hold them, they can tell they're all from the same line, just they have different coloration and name. Okay, so 900, I don't know what 900 signifies, but this is a 70s perfume, and this is Gentleman's Collection. Yeah, I was correct. Okay, and there's a very simplistic sort of packaging. I don't think this will be faked, but if there is, then sorry about that. So I am actually accompanied by late night. It's 3 a.m. I woke up a while back, so timetable is again messed up. So Lipton Earl Grey tea with hint of bergamot. That's what they say. Here's the bottle. This juice color is not as impressive as the other ones. Like Devin, especially, is my favorite. It's like a liquor sort of a boozy orange color. This one is more like a lighter yellowish. Okay, the sticker looks like a standard. There's nothing fancy going on here. The cap reminds me a little of a Polo or Ralph Lauren fragrances. It's kind of like snug fit. It doesn't click onto place. You can pick it up. Bottle doesn't have so much weight, just like the rest of them. There's a nice little base. The back, it looks like that. There's some sort of story or 100 ml. Everything written on the sticker. And here's your batch code. These are, mind you, newer formulation. I don't obviously have a 70s formulation. And the cap sort of like light and plastic with a chrome touch. The atomizer on these are okay, like nothing fancy. I'll show you. Dry down is there. Okay, it's little burst. So this fragrance I would classify in a very weird way. It's a green, citrusy, floral, animalic perfume. Okay, and the thing is, when I say floral, think of rose surrounded by a lot of other components. This fragrance, first of all, I would like to say some of the other ones are a little bit animalic to the point of very vintage or very dated. This fragrance right here reminds me of a classy gentleman. If you like fragrances like Declaration d'un Soir, if you like fragrance like Egoist, this one has a rosewood note that reminds me a little bit of that. But mostly the first thing after I spray, I get a beautiful bergamot, citrus, and rose. They say there's green note. There is also rosewood, coriander, lily of the valley, I think jasmine. There are a few other notes, and there's like a animalic note, like civet or something. And then there is oak moss. So this one, more than the oak moss, this fragrance is so well blended. It's so well crafted. I reviewed Aramis Calligraphy Rose. I think I also remembered that. This one is not as jammy rose as that. This is a fresh green rose. Okay, what is a green rose? I haven't seen a green rose. Is imagine like the fresh rose, morning dew, like early morning, the flower is blooming and you can smell the leaves as well as the flower. So it's, for me, it's a rose based fragrance. A very nice tuxedo. You have a nice little rose here on your tuxedo. Classy event. This is very high class, very modern still for me. Man, I love this perfume on me. And on a cold day, like a breezy cold day of fall or winter, this is just so comforting. If you have a, let's say, nice little soup, creamy chicken soup or something like that, and you're just enjoying the beautiful weather outside, kind of breezy, and you're just sitting by yourself enjoying your quiet time with your nice little doggy. So this is kind of like a lazy elegance kind of a fragrance. I really love this. I think this fragrance is so well done. This, if this was done by a niche house, okay, let's say something like Penhaligon's made this, people would be paying $250 in a blink, even the longevity is way better than most of the Penhaligon's. I have nothing against any house. I'd like to compare, you know, like what you pay versus what you get. Penhaligon's is a house, great fragrance, Halfeti. They have the other ones, you know, like the tailored theme one. They have many other fragrances, but they don't last on most part. So for me, it's a disappointing house. I really love their fragrances. Like, what's the fragrance I want to buy? That was like, smells like Taylor's shop, you know, beautiful fragrance. I forgot the name. But if this fragrance was released from them, this fragrance has excellent longevity, 5-6 hours easy on me, and the fur dry down goes until 7th hour easily. I can tell you on my skin, I can do this, not easily, but I can detect it. You know, it's not a beast mode fragrance, but it does have nice little period. So price point, it actually is offered like $35. Okay, if you can find it at a good deal. Most you have to pay is a $35-40. That's the max, but I don't think anybody's charging $40 for this. When they go, let's say, discontinued, I don't know if this is discontinued, perhaps they'll charge a little bit more. But in general, powerhouse fragrances are affordable. People know that. CK Obsession, Givenchy Gentleman, some of the Bogart fragrances, Ted Lapidus, you know, like some of them are a bit expensive, like Antheas and Kouros, but this is basically a very affordable fragrance. So the thing is, slowly the rose turns into something like a Brazilian rosewood. Okay, and that point I get reminded of Egoist somewhat. I did not like the Egoist fragrance at first. I didn't get the maturity about it. This fragrance has that maturity. I'm not saying this is a clone of Egoist, but it's definitely a very interesting sniff. Okay, it will be entertaining you. This is a very lovey-dovey, kind of like that green watery aspect there. So it's a very nice change of pace from the regular. And the animalic tones, you know, I don't really feel the vetiver, oak moss. It doesn't really pop up that much. Even if it does, let's say Life Jazz or something like Jazz by YSL, it's just very mild. Okay, so the thing is very wearable, very polite. This fragrance, definite gentleman, doesn't yell, you know, Colin Firth, you know, or something like Hugh Grant. They are the kind of British guys who will be wearing this. Very classy, elegant fragrance for. I think British weather would be perfect for this. So this is not a must buy. I'm not saying it's a hidden gem, but for me, in my journey, this is a very interesting fragrance. I do not say that about every fragrance. Some of the fragrances, they smell like their budget. This fragrance smells much more than what it's offered for. So I really like this. Definitely you should give it a try. If you're looking to buy a formal fragrance, signature scent, wedding, you want to smell really nice with your formal dress up, you don't want to be taken seriously, just go 6 sprays of it. You'll be really having a presence, okay, without being like Kouros vibe. Sometimes Kouros can be dirty. This fragrance doesn't feel like dirty. This feels very well polished fragrance. So overall, there's a reason why I bought it. Okay, and I really enjoy it. It has the sweetness of the rose. It has some of the other florals, and then the animalic aspect is not so much. So green, floral, citrus, beautiful rosewood. I don't really know what Brazilian rosewood would smell like, but I smell some of the notes in the other perfume of Brazilian rosewood, so I can tell you it has that. When it develops 10-15 minutes, you get that smell. Very posh, elegant fragrance if you are trying to smell classy. So overall, this fragrance, for what it is, I like the whole line. They all get like 8-9. This fragrance I'll give like 8.5 out of 10. I need particular mood to wear. This is not everyday scent, but if it's high heat, perhaps it will induce a little bit headache with the rose. But apart from that, great fragrance. So 8.5 out of 10 for 900 by Aramis. Thanks for watching. Time to move on to the second review. Take care. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.